Hey, we're going on Zoom live now, on YouTube.
On YouTube? Wow, we're on YouTube now.
At
How did
least.
it be in YouTube?
Are we on? Yes, we're on. It looks like.
We're on.
Oh my God, I'm excited. This is my first YouTube live with a different person. How does it get any better?
Wow. My first YouTube live ever.
Cool. Yes. So I just informed the ladies and let them know. I hope it will work. Marco, would you like to introduce yourself?
Let me introduce myself. So, my name is Marco, and I invited to this beautiful lady to have a conscious talk about creation. It's interesting because this conscious talk about creation involve also many different things. Involve friendship, involve co-creation, involve honoring, and involve a person from Access Consciousness, which is this amazing organization that is spending every day in the world and just a way to provide to us tools and that kind of empower us in order to rediscover the gift we truly are for these planets and for the future we actually want to create. That's one of the most difficult things to do is like introduce myself. I would just say that I'm a person that creates in Access Consciousness. Most of what I'm creating so far has been video content. I'm a filmmaker. I used to run a production company in South Korea for the last 4 years. Been living in Asia in the last, I would say, 10. I'm from Italy, as you can read from my Russian accent. And, that's what everybody asks me. Are you Russian? I'm like, yes, from Italy. And so, that's where we are. And I met Simone in creation, I would say. And so far has been such of a fun and such of a space. I'm so just glad to meet you, Simone. And I would not come in the live with everybody that asked me to.
Yes.
But with you, yes. Because it's just so fun.
I was like, thank you so much for being here with me. I was wondering, what does it be like to co-create with Sarah Granganetti? I always have difficulties with last name, like to create with Sarah. Like, what is your experience? How long are you creating with her? And yeah, what has changed for you in your life with spending and creating with her? Spending time and creating with her?
Boom. Big question. Okay, Sarah Granganetti. It's interesting because it's such of a unique co-creation. Co-creating or creating with Sarah Granganetti is creating with a person that truly honors herself. And, you can create with people that honor you or they look at you and they have respect and consideration and whatever. But like working with someone, creating with someone that honor herself, it's an invitation to honor myself. And so there is this dynamic creation of like, it can be any time, it can be any moment, it can be, doesn't matter where we are. It's just about an idea. It's just about the next idea. It's just about, okay, we can do this and then we can do that. And it's always related to something that is happening. So it's very spontaneous, it's very sporadic. And then also from one idea, I can create a plan that take like, I don't know, 3-4 months, whatever. The interesting part for me was being so much invited to tap in what I know and to tap in I want to create it and to just kind of like keep moving the energy. And so there is this kind of like very dynamic trust game of go for what I know, I go for what I know, you go for what you know. And there is big acceleration, a lot of lightness, a lot of fun. She's extremely dynamic in her awareness and is one of the people I really can really trust their awareness like as much. Like, what else can I say? It's very interesting because the way I met Sarah was because of a video that she just posted. So because of her creation. So the connection actually happened through creation. She created this video, she posted it online on Facebook, and this video contributed to me hugely in a situation I was. and I didn't know who she was. And I just seriously connect with her online on Facebook and say, like, thank you so fucking much. You just changed, your contribution just changed something for me. And a couple of years after this, I started to see what she was doing. And at a certain point, I was just like, hey, would you like to create this? And this invitation has been so much accepted and so much embraced and so much like expanded. And so from that moment, we then met in New York as they have a class called I Am Beauty. And she was just like, why don't fly in? We have to anyway book a video maker for a video creation. Can you just come? I was like, you kidding me? And so I was clearly not ready for that. I thought also there was a process, and Sarah is not really a process person. Sarah is like follow the awareness, follow the lightness, follow the fun person. And so things can be instant, and things can be created and get bigger and bigger and bigger. And so I got to New York. I was supposed to shoot a video of the flash mob, and I made 4 different videos of other stuff as well, because I was just so in the awe of this like instant possibility to just like go create and add and then change and more. And the gift of working with her, among the many I received, is also like receiving the awareness I have about being able to capture and recreate an energy in video contents I make. So the video content will have that specific energy, and it's possible to kind of receive it from it. Which,
you mean it makes clearer for you what you're looking for? Like, is it like?
No, it's almost the opposite. She showed me a capacity that I didn't know I have.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a filmmaker, and that's what I love to do. But I didn't know that I could actually create craft, that they carry an energy, that they can actually contribute with that energy to the people that they receive it. And I kind of know, like, it's very real for me that like a film can change your life. A video can change your perspective, and doesn't have to be about access consciousness. It can be anything, but it's about the receiving is about the energy that vehicle to you. So, but never before I had someone that could point it out and show me what that was capable of, and what I was capable of.
Wow.
And so the receiving and gifting as being so dynamic. It's not one way. It's always like, Sarah is one of the most generous person I know.
Must be a family thing, huh? So
Italians.
it's a choice. So how long are you working with Sarah?
It's almost 1 year now.
Wow. So, and
it
like
feels 10.
Forever. Yeah. Cool. So there would be one thing that you can point out about the capacity Sarah has with people. What would that be? I know it's hard to point out one.
No, it's not. It's hard to speak about it because it's such an energetic of it. There is something that she be that is not even communicate, but I think is tap into the energy that the people are and connect with it. Cool. And I saw that dynamically. And it's let me think maybe about an example to describe it. She basically she's almost like in touch with them, and she can invite really people to bring their own reality into the consciousness, and to choose in a different way, in such of a simple way, in such of a way that they can receive it. That's what I see the most. She would be able to do something, to phrase something, to make the joke, and people get it, And it can be the same things they listen from 5 years, but she said it and people get it. And they light up. So I think it's actually more a connection with the being than the people itself.
This is so cool. Like with you searching for the words, I just so get the energy, what she's being, what you're perceiving, what you're being with her. It's so cool and so different, no? And that's what I love about all the tools, and especially in creating with Sarah, is like there's that space of possibilities, of fun. Like it's the energy, but it's more the space of like, hey, what else, you know, like
Exactly.
no conclusion, just like let's play. And I really adored it so much. Like that was something I asked my whole life for, like, and also like people willing to go, you know, like if you're a person that is like really, how do you say that in English?
You can say in German.
Have a tendency in being bored quickly, and like you love to move fast. This lady is really just awesome to just like have that speed of, not because you have to, because it's fun to just go and see what else. I really adored it so much. I'm so grateful for this.
That's what I can say. It's almost like the only one role that she has. She creates only, she goes when fun is there. If there's no fun, she wouldn't go. And so it make us look to what if the fun is the fuel for everything, the fuel for creation, the fuel for living, the fuel for miracles, the fuel from leaping. So personally, I've been for my work and also like for what I choose, I like to be in the adventure. Someone that goes to live in Asia for 10 years, not knowing the language and stuff, like is clearly looking for something different. And it's funny because like sometimes even being so far, even being like in places I don't know and I don't understand. And so it stopped to be an adventure because everyone want to make it solid and want to actually define it. Something that she's very capable of and she used dynamically in creation is like using creation to be the adventure of life. And the creation can be something so simple. It can be a class, it can be a chat, it can be an idea, it can be like
a video,
it can be like just something that can get reposted and other people come up and she will include them and invite them to something different, or like she will take an invitation and include and go. And this go, I think, is very much the adventure that of living that people like you, that like being you certified facilitator, they really are the kind of like agent of this amazing energy and amazing invitation of living that we have from being you changing the world, this book from the near and from access consciousness and from also like it's such an inner awareness. Like kids, they are in the adventure, in the exploration of living, not in the definition of it.
Yeah. You mean this is the invitation to be an adult and having like the fun as a kid and the tools as an adult? How does he get better?
To me, something that connect me with that. It's a little episode if we have time for little story. So I've been working with this photographer, which is a crazy artistic guy. He traveled all the world from Africa to he's Asian, but like he grew up in Africa and then he studied in France. He back to Asia. So, and everybody look at him as kind of like, wow, this guy is doing what anyone else does, and he goes in the top of the world. He goes to Tibet, he goes to South Africa, to South America, to New York, and like. And once I had the chance to talk with him, and I was in a conversation, and I was like, "Who inspired you for your job?"
Mm-hmm.
And I was waiting for like some big name or big photographer, and he goes like, "The guy with the hat." And so everybody like in the team was start to thinking about whose photographer had the hat or what. Like, wait, Van Gogh, but Van Gogh didn't travel much. Like, he was like, "No, the guy with the hat." And it was Indiana Jones.
Uh-huh.
So his inspiration was actually almost like a childlike inspiration, like the Indiana Jones, the character from the film, the adventurer.
Mhm.
And that was like such of a fun, because like when we are actually in contact with something that is fun for us, doesn't matter if it's make us kids or not, and we have these amazing tools, what else is possible there? What excitement of living is possible? What if every day can be an adventure?
I mean, truly, not just like asking every day, like, yeah, what would it be to have an adventure? Like, what if you really would start to choose the adventure and just to, instead of just talking about it and thinking about what would it be like? This is, yeah, that's what I'm getting. Like, really take action on, like, yeah, like, let's create the adventure.
I have a question for you now,
Yeah.
because you are also being you certified facilitator, which is something fantastic. So if you had to give a tool or an exercise to someone that tomorrow want to really try to start the day with these adventure things and want to change their life and start to see this adventure that maybe they know is there, but that they really never seen it, what would you suggest?
I would suggest to ask a question and ask, like, what do I truly desire my life to be like? Like, what is it I truly desire? Like, we are so used to go to all the reference points to look what are the others choosing, what is right, what is wrong. Like, skip all of that and look, like, what would be fun for me? What would I like to have my life to be like? Oh, English is sometimes like, so just
Sure.
look was möchte ich.
Okay, so
Yeah, so.
if you say so, many people, I guess, will say, yeah, but they come in with a point of view, they will not create money for them. So that way will not be a sustainable living.
What makes you think like this?
Mm-hmm.
How would you like to know that? Have you tried it?
Mm-hmm. What else? I like this. I like where you're going.
Yeah, it's like, how would you know? Whoever have asked that, we have learned to fit in, to do the right things, not the wrong things, to win and not to lose. No one asked you, who would you like to be? And what would you like your life to be like? I never heard that. I heard that first time in Access. I've never heard that before. And I'm just now starting more and more like, wow, I really have choice with everything.
That's amazing. So it's possible.
So
Right?
especially now, it's so clear. Like, hey, it's on me to choose what I would like to have, not to wait what others are choosing. Like, now I'm demanding more fun, more ease, more space, more together, more kingdom of we, more generosity of spirit. Like, what do I desire in life? Just
This is
name a
actually
few of them.
it's fun. I ask you this, and this is something that this is something that creating with Sarah is really come about, because it's not just with me, but like I see when she work with anyone and create with anyone, she asks that, she invite that. Doesn't have to be right, doesn't have to be, but like what you want to contribute for. Is it fun for you? And in the people that show up, the people that really show up, the beauty of it, you see that I think like she held the space for them to expand, for them to finally acknowledge that they have the possibility, that they can choose to do that, to be that fun. And the growth is so dynamic, and the expansion is so dynamic. And she's there with them, and they keep growing and they keep growing. And this is, I think, is such a big gift.
Yeah.
And I saw like we treat several of our co-creation in that way. And when we talk about fun, when we talk about this, it doesn't mean that there are not moments where like there can be, what can I say, maybe some issue or some misunderstanding. If any one of you listen how fast she talked in perfect American Los Angeles English, and I'm Italian with Russian accent, you can see how, I mean, I have this kind of like advantage because like her husband is Italian, and her kids are half Italian. So as a percentage, I'm winning. I mean, you know, I'm just kind of like, well, you know, like we are in the majority. But at the same time, every time there is something which it seems like a roadblock, it gives us the possibility to expand more. And I've been creating with a lot of people, because like when it's a filmmaker, it's not the only things I've done. I mean, I've been working on with several different hats in several different culture, and so also receiving different type of like expectation, job, project, and so on. And I love to invite people to, you know, to step into the more. And the funny part is like, I don't know if before I didn't really receive it, the same invitation as much.
You mean creating together with Sarah or spending time with her increases the receiving?
No, the creation.
The creation with her.
The creation, the fact is like, we spend it up because of creation. That's the funny part. Like we're in constant creation. That's funny. There's nothing that is like outside. Mm-hmm. And the receiving that expand is because like creation is a very dynamic way, I think, to expand the receiving. At least when you work with someone that is willing to... No, but seriously, is when you work with someone, I would say co-creation is expanding and receiving. Mm-hmm. Thank you for the meme. I will start to make one. When you're working with someone that is in allowance of you, and is receiving you, and is willing to be received, and is willing to be acknowledged, and is willing to acknowledge you, and is willing to know that you trust what you know, and you go with that. Obviously, everything that is being created is, we never know, we never even think about where it can go and what can create in the world. But we see expanded. So the interesting part of this is because it's kind of like a process, like a snowball. You get always farther down in places we never expected, or reaching people that were not even at your horizon, because when you start a creation, you're in a different place than when the creation starts. The creation move you, bring you in a journey, in a place which is totally different than when you started. And so you can reach, and you can see, and you can receive so much more in a way that like is always truly unexpected. And so everything you receive is always like adding something more. And you receive and expand naturally, especially when you're co-creating with someone that is willing to receive it, is willing to acknowledge it, is willing to honor it, and never stop to honor ourselves. This, I think, is very dynamic, is big.
Wow.
And, you know, also like all the limitation and all the kind of like accident that can be cool. What if nothing is wrong? And so what we can include that in the creation as well. And what if that was an awareness that, you know, how does it get any better? Like, what's right about this? So it's about questions, about like sprint, is about like no stop, is about going. I'm in this condition also because I slept about an hour last night, because we're creating a lot of content, because quarantine time is actually a
busy time.
Yeah, to create a platform and to create an archive of content about this moment and about what's possible. So seriously, I was getting better, and I am having a lot of fun from yesterday. You know, because you're part of it.
I cannot wait for the end result.
We want to mention it?
Oh my God. Go for it.
Well, so we're creating, first of all, we're going for a cruise.
Creation cruise.
Still, it's a cruise. I mean, like we're inviting people to a cruise. Is a creation cruise, is a weekend of classes and online party wonder possibility.
Party wonder, I love it.
Party wonder possibility, whatever we want to add to. So for the promotion of one of these, we are creating, what is it? How can you talk about this? I don't know.
I always have to laugh. Like, probably we don't tell it. Like, probably just I
Let's
will
not
share
tell
the video. I share the video also on YouTube for all the ones listening here. I cannot wait for the thing being finished. I'm laughing my ass off every time I think about it. Like, it's really like being you, changing the world, being that fun you truly be, and invite more of that energy into your life. Like, it's, yeah, like it becomes so clear to me what is possible if we're actively choosing what we desire in our lives, you know?
And don't you think it also, this kind of time, even it's strange to say that because, you know, quarantine and virus, but this kind of time, this kind of moment to give you the time to be by yourself, to take the choice, to make the choices that maybe in a daily base type of routine you wouldn't, and you can be as weird as you want, and you can be more you as you want, and you can choose the other things that you let them there because they don't really resonate with this reality. But now is the time where like this reality doesn't really resonate with you anymore.
That's for clear and for sure.
So that's the
It's
invitation
so
for you.
obvious. It's so obvious what this reality is choosing, and that's not congruent with my life, my choices, my being. It's like, oh, now it's clear. Okay, I don't wait for this. It's like, this is so obvious now for me. I'm grateful.
Yes, me too. And I'm in North Italy in this moment, in a place nearby Torino. So, you know, there's supposed to be a certain panic, a certain attention, and a certain tension. I just don't have time for it because I keep creating stuff. From day one, I come back. I was in Spain for the BU, where we see each other. And then I come back, and it was like from day one, just like creating, and a lot of editing to catch up with, another creation. And I'm just kind of like, this is kind of like creation vacation more than a quarantine to me. I mean, I would love to go outside more often too, but still, like, it's so much changing.
You mean everything is the opposite of what it appears to be, and nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be?
I like that a lot.
Me too.
By the way, there is one thing I think we have to be aware of. Exactly in a few minutes, there is Sarah going live.
Oh, we should finish up, you say? Good point.
On a page called Possibility Posse. It's a new Facebook group that she had, where like she shared her own wonderful wonderness about tools, analogies, creations, and lives, and all that. And it's such a cool place to be. Seriously, it's something we've been co-creating a little bit. I'm supporting. I'm just like, yeah, let's go, because like place like this is a place where like can really give you a hint and give you an inspiration for like what is possible to be and what is possible to choose and to change. And come on, like the fun of it is awesome. And in 2 minutes you'll be online.
Let's go. Thank you so much, Marco. That was fun. Thank you for your contribution, for your awareness, for your sharing what you're experiencing. And I cannot wait next weekend to play for 2, 3, I'm not sure how many days together and see what we can create. We will post the links down there.
Thank you, Simone, because you're wonderful and you're such a very amazing co-creator and invitation for like being more me. And thank you. Like this show up this morning you text me, hey, we do a Facebook live. Okay.
And now it's a YouTube live. It's like you both started the first time.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you so much, and see you in the next group.
See you in the next group.
Bye. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.